7 mindsets you need to check as a parent. 7 mindsets that are the center of your parenting, your decisions, everything you do as a parent. 7 mindsets that may be taking you 2 steps forward and 10 steps backward. We all know that our minds, our mindsets influence every single thing we do. So today, let's go right into it. My name is Enimi Orebo, and this is brought to you by the Visionary Parent Academy. 7 mindsets you need to check as a parent or a parent to be. The first mindset is, I'll teach them when they get older. Ooh, parents are guilty of this. They do this a lot. Some parents have some topics they tag that they feel is too heavy. They cannot just say to their children forbidden topics or whatever the topics are. They cannot freely discuss this topic with their children. They keep pushing it forward. Oh, when they get older, when they get older, when they get older. Here's the thing. Especially topics that have to do with maybe sex and sexuality. Very many parents put these topics forward. When they get older, I will talk with them. Oh, they are too small. What do they know? They will not understand. The more you push it forward, the more it becomes heavier for you. You know, it is not like a download system. Oh, when my child gets to 16, 14, 12, I will just sit them down, download it into them. That is not how it works. You need to lay the foundation. So you see the mindset of, oh, I remember someone was talking about, the person was trying to justify naming private parts, certain names, as in what is there when we were growing up. We are still going to talk about the mindset of when we were growing up. Now, times have changed. Because by the time you push it forward, that okay, when they are older, the truth of the matter is, the more you make it forbidden, the more it is difficult for you to talk about it as a parent. The more it is difficult for you to talk about it, your children are curious. Their friends are telling them something. The school is telling them something. Television, social media, they are always telling them something. So what do you want to do as a parent? The best bet is for you to start it. Now, there is never, I always say to parents, there is never like a topic too big to talk to a child. Now, it is why you have age-appropriate ways to tell children what you want to tell. You want to teach your child something, there is an age-appropriate way to teach your child. Your child is never too young to learn about something. You teach them in an age-appropriate way. It's not just about, oh, talking about sex education and all of that. We also have a lot of other topics. They will say, oh, leave my child. She's too young. She will not understand the concept of sharing. She will not understand the concept of hospitality. She will not understand the concept of empathy and a lot of all of that. No. By the time you waste time, it becomes too heavy. It becomes too much. The child hasn't gotten the foundational level, the foundation of it. Then we now want to go and start teaching your child at age 12, 13. No. So what you do now is build it daily. Start it now. And teaching, it doesn't always have to be, oh, come and sit down. Let me teach you. You take advantage of every situation around you to begin to teach what you want your child to learn. Let's go back to sex education, for example. You want to sex empower your child. When your child is small, you see them peeing. You can tell them, put your penis in the WC very well. You have told them the name. Don't wait until they come and ask you, Mom or Dad, what is the name of this? No. Put your penis in the WC very well. Don't let your pee dribble around. You talk about that. You see your child, okay, children, especially boys, they always want to play with their penis. You know, you see your child going there, you tell the child, no, it's not a toy. Remember, it's your penis. It's your private part. You don't play with it. You know, it has a unique function. It has a unique duty. So you don't play with it. And you can begin to tell your child, okay, no, when you play with it, you may give it infection, one thing or the other. You may hurt it, so you do not play with it. That way, you are already empowering them small. So it becomes super easy. As they grow older, you see changes in their body. You refer to it. You see something around, you refer to them. You know, they begin to understand small. You are laying the foundation. So whenever they have questions they want to ask you, you are not in shock or you are not caught unprepared. Or when you now want to teach them, okay, maybe there is something trending or something that is going around, you want to teach them, you are not completely completely starting from the scratch. You have laid the foundation. So the mindset that, oh, when my child needs to get to a certain age before I teach him something, before I teach her values, my family values, is a no. It's a no. One of the things I always say to parents is that when your child is small, use their name as an acronym for values, for something. It can be acronym, it can be values, it can be affirmation, it can just be something you want them to repair and to always remember. It can be how to comport themselves in situations. So if your child has a name that is maybe Noel, for example, and you want your child to always be neat, to clean things, to tidy up, your child is should I say scattered brain? No, that is too much. You can just say, Noel, remember N for neatness. Remember, you are neat. You are a neat boy. So clean up, tidy your place because you are a neat boy. Let it reflect. That is it. You have built that foundation in your child. Use your child's name as an acronym for something. It can be affirmation. If you have a child who has a particular weakness and you want to affirm them to get that weakness, what you also want to do, use their name for acronym for the opposite, that is the strength of it. If you have a child who is a scaredy cat, let me use the word, you get a name. You look for, get the acronym for the child's name, then look for either words or short phrases that can form the opposite of being scared. Bravery, boldness, self-confidence, daring, and all of that. You let the child know. So every time you always remind the child, remember you are brave, remember you are bold, remember all of that. So the mindset that my children need to get to a certain level before I teach them, they need to get to a certain age before I begin to teach them something. No. It may be too late. For all you know, they may go and learn outside. They may go and learn what you do not want them to learn. And at the end of the day, it may be too late. So that mindset, check it. As a parent, the mindset that my children need to get to a certain age before I teach them something, check that mindset. That is number one. Now, again, my name is Enimi Rebo, and this is brought to you by the Visionary Parents Academy. Do you know about our conference coming up in 2 weeks, 24th to 29th of June 2025? It promises to be a life-changing, transformational conference. We are having 10 speakers, 5 days, 10 speakers, and they are not just we are having people, who have real stories to share. We are having real parents you can relate with. Not parents that will just come and be teaching you some kind of fluffy theoretical. No, we want parents who they don't only know these things. They know these things because they have actually been there. They have walked this road before. So they are the parents we have gathered, coaches, leaders that we have gathered together to come and teach us how to navigate the times we are. And because they have the proven results, they can teach us. So you just need to register. It is absolutely free. You need to register and join us in the conference, Winning the Parenting Battles 2025. We are expecting you. So the number 2 mindset is, if I show love to my child too much, they'll become sports. Parents have this mindset. If I show love to my child too much, they will see me finish. I've heard that before. See finish, you enter. Too much of everything is bad. Love your child. Use the carrot and the stick theory. Love your child and all of that. Yes, you'll be firm. See, I don't know what you mean by loving your child, but loving your child is not what leads to see finish. I've said it 1,000,001 times. Rather, loving your child builds connection. Loving your child is a behavior modification tool. Loving your child is a value transference tool. You want your child to be able to, your child is misbehaving. You want to modify that behavior. Building a relationship with your child, connecting with your child is one way to actually reach the heart of your child so that you can modify that behavior. What about the other one? You also want your child to be able to learn your values. Loving your child, showing building connection, relationship with them is one way for your child to uphold your values. No, your child will not see you finish if you love them. Now, what will make your child see you finish are actually the things you are doing, the way you behave, when you don't keep your promises. You are lying. You are always dramatic. Your child doesn't have opinion. Your child feels exasperated. Your child feels pressured. You know how it is when you push a goat to the wall, the saying that you push a goat to the wall, when you don't have anywhere to escape, they are going to fight back. That is what will make your child see you finish. Too much strictness, too much no nonsense in your parenting. No flexibility, no allowance. No, your child doesn't have an opinion. Your child cannot make a choice. It has to be you all of the time. Your child sees you and they literally walk on eggshells. One day, they will, if you are lucky you have maybe phlegmatic children, they will just suck it in most of the time. But hey, or if you now have choleric children, strong-willed children, they are going to rebel against you. They are going to stand up to you and they are going to tell you enough is enough. So your child will not see you finish when you love them, when you show love to them. Rather, showing of love will make your child respect you more, will make your child connect with you more, build a relationship with you more when you love your child. So the mindset of, oh, if I love my child too much, except it depends on what you call love. Loving your child doesn't mean you are not correcting your child. You love your child, but you will correct your child, right? You love your child, you have boundaries, you have structure. Your home is built on a system, you know. Except your home is just porous. What you call love is you are so porous, your child can do anything. No. You can love your child and still have a firm boundary in your home. At the end of the day, your child will not only appreciate the fact that you love them, you build a relationship, you have a connection with them, then your child will be able to behave. They will respect you because of all of that. I say to parents, I see parents a lot, you're always making troubles with people. Every time, you know, it is not just about making trouble with people. Your spouse, your house is always heated up. You and your spouse are calling each other names. Your child will see you finish. Or maybe you as a parent, you have a shop somewhere and people come there to buy from you. Every now and then people are coming to quarrel with you. You call them goats, they call you stupid. You call them cow, they call you sheep. You know, you are always exchanging words with them. Hey, those are the things that will make your child see you finish. If you are always provoking your child, don't provoke them to anger. Every single time is about you. One day they'll get fed up and they will just flare up. So loving your child, definitely your child will not see you finish because you love them. Rather, they will see you finish for the other reasons I mentioned. Remember, our conference is coming. Oh, the Visionary Parents Inaugural Conference. We need the parenting battles. If you have not registered, please ask for the link. I'll share the link in the comment section. If you have not registered, please go and register and join us in this conference. It is going to be transformational. We have real parents, real coaches, real leaders who have walked past the road you are walking, who have struggled, who had the struggles you have, who had the questions you have, and yet they were able to crack the code. They are going to just give you their playbook so that you can just go play and enjoy your parenting, your frustration-free parenting. So let's go. The third one is what worked for me must work for my children. Ooh, this is one of the reasons why you hear parents say, oh, our parents did X, Y, Z. Our parents flogged us. Our parents yelled at us. Our parents did this. They did that. We turned that way. Somebody said, my parents just use spatula. Okay, no, she didn't say spatula. My parents use Tony. Is it Tony Gary or Tony Eba? Tony Gary. She used to hit me. My parents, any single thing she has with her, that thing is landing on me. And I turned that well. So my child will turn that way. So what works for me will work for my child. No! It will not work for your child because you and your child, you are two different human beings, two different individuals, two different. Imagine you are predominantly a phlegmatic. Now remember that children get their temperament from 6 people. You, your spouse, your spouse's parents, that's 4, your parent, that's 6. So now imagine you are predominantly phlegmatic, and your child is predominantly choleric, you are going to have clash a lot. So what worked for you, your parents trying to force you, because you are naturally a peaceful child, you just obeyed, no complaint, nothing, you just follow, because you are naturally a peaceful child. Your child, if your child is strong-willed, is not naturally a peaceful child. So the fact that your parents were able to break your spirit, you followed them without complaint, does not mean they will be able to break, you will be able to break your child. So what worked for you may not work for your child. So you see that mindset that, oh, it was done to me and I turned that well, I'll do to my child. No, it may not work for your child. So what you need to do, your parents may have been lucky with you. So what you need to do is to understand the child you have. Understand your child you have, the child you have. We've seen so many people, their parents force them to study a particular course, right? They end up liking the course. We've seen other people, their parents force them to study a particular course. I've heard stories of people, they come back and they give their certificate to their parents. Take, it was you that made you to study medicine. Take the certificate, do whatever you want to do with it. Now I can live my life. So whatever worked for you may not work for your child. So the mindset that what worked for you will work for your child. Check it, and check that mindset. And sorry, somebody called me and it has disrupted my flow. So the mindset that what worked for you will work for your child. Please check it. Understand the child you have and parent the child you have. You are not parenting you as a child, but you are parenting the child you have. So what worked for you may not work for your child. Okay, let's go to the first one. A good parent never makes mistakes. Ooh, a good parent never makes mistakes. It is why in those days, parents tell their children, I used to come first in class. In fact, in class, I was the best ever. Even when they knew that they were the one carrying the wooden spoon, they still tell their parents, oh, they were the ones carrying the gold medal, because they wanted to always to look perfect in the eyes of the children. No. As a parent, you are human being. See that mindset that you always want to look perfect. It is why many parents don't share their stress with their children. They don't share with their children what they go through. They don't share certain things with their children. They cannot carry their children along. I tell you, one of the best things you can do for yourself in your parenting journey is to carry your children along. Remember, I started by saying age-appropriate ways. So there are age-appropriate ways to carry your children along. And one of the best things you can do is to carry your children along in an age-appropriate way. You are not perfect. You make mistakes. So yes, your mistakes don't define you. So your children's mistake will not define them. Now, what happens when you let your children know that you are a human being, you make mistakes? Is one, it's easy for them to relate. They relate with you more easily because you are a human being like them. You make mistakes like them, so they can trust you and relate to you more easily. That is it. Another thing is, it's even easier for you to reach your child. It's easier for you because they can empathize with you. You understand what they are going through. You are not building a wall around yourself that even you cannot penetrate. You make mistakes. You share with your children, oh, I make mistake. Oh, it's a mistake. Sorry. Because you are a human being. So very many parents, they want to it is because they want to tell the children, oh, you are superior. It is not a battle between you and your child. So number 4 is every good parent makes mistakes. So the mindset that as a parent, you are perfect, you don't make mistakes. Some parents who make mistakes, you start looking for excuses. Excuses to cover up your mistake. Own it with your full chest, like they say on social media. Own it. Apologize for it. Do better. Teach your children that you make mistakes and you are learning from your mistakes. You are not perfect. You are work in progress. Your children learn from you that you are not perfect. You are work in progress when you make mistakes and you own your mistakes. Number 5, children must obey without questions. Children must be Isaac in the Bible. Even Isaac asked questions. Asked his father that, Daddy, where are we going to? We are going to make sacrifice to God. We have everything we have, but we don't have the animal we are going to use. Even, what's his name? Isaac, as docile as he was. Is he docile? As docile, I want to use that. As he was, is he asked questions? Parents just believe that, nah, Children shouldn't ask questions. It has to be what I say. I say jump, you ask how high. Really? Children are human beings, oh. They are human beings. They know themselves better than you know them. Even though you think you know them better than they know themselves. So no, it's not always about seek their opinion. Ask them what they think. Give them options. Seek to understand. Always engage them and make sure you understand where they are coming from or where they are going to. Children are human beings, so seek to understand. Empathize with them. Give them options, because after all, it is their life at the end of the day. So they shouldn't just obey you hook, line, and sinker. They should be able to think for themselves, because you cannot always be right. It is not possible you are always right. The irony of this is that when parents expect their children to just obey them without complaints, a time will come, they will now want the children to be able to take initiative. Children you have always never allowed to take initiative. Children you have always literally spoon-fed, told what to do, how to do, and all of that. No complaint. They had no right to complain. They had no right to be creative. They had no right to think. Now you suddenly want them to be able to take initiative. From when to when? It is why when parents get to preteenhood or teenagehood, there's a lot of struggle in their parenting. You did not lay the foundation. So please, you don't know it all. Your child should not always just obey you hook, line, and sinker. There should be an allowance. I know you know it, you know better, but there should be an allowance. Your children should be able to ask questions. They should be able to disagree in a way. They should be able to negotiate, because they are human beings. Now, these are the things we actually want them to exhibit in adulthood. So if they don't learn it now that they are small, if you don't give them the chance to learn it, when will they learn it? One of the things I always say to parents is that when you are teaching your children, just bear it in mind that you are their field. You are their guinea pig. You are their source of experiment. So because after teaching them everything you want to teach them, they will come and experiment with you. They will come and experiment with you. So please, we want them to be able to be bold, to say no to what they will say no to in the future. This is the right time for them to start practicing it now. Otherwise, if they don't practice it now, in the future, they will not have it to give. Okay. And the sixth one is, if I don't beat or yell, they won't listen. This is a very common one. If I don't beat or yell, they won't listen. Is it true? Really? Nah, it's not true. You see, yesterday over the weekend, I had a friend. I'm trying to say that one of the things about parenting is that very many parents are not open-minded. Because we are not open-minded, we are fixated on old practices that may not even be helpful. Learned helplessness. We are not open-minded. We are not learning new things. I remember one of my friends over the weekend, we went shopping together, and she was buying fresh corn to cook beans. I actually bought fresh corn and I cooked it for the first time. Fresh corn and beans together. Now I remember this same friend of mine, some months ago, up to about a year now. So I remember she was telling me her kids don't like beans. No matter how much they cooked it, they do not like beans. They will have to waste it. I was trying to tell her, okay, why don't you find other method to cook the beans? I was trying to give her some of the methods. She was saying, no matter how much you cook it, they will not like it. Okay. So fast forward to went to the market together recently, just last week that just ended, and she was saying that, when she cooks beans, when they cook beans and corn together, her kids never get enough of it. You know how we say in Nigeria that they reach ground. They reach ground, that is it. Which means they absolutely love it. It is what we are talking about. Very many times as parents, we are fixated on certain ideas that may not even be helpful, that may not even be true. Because we are not ready to open our minds. Now, it is why you hear people say, if I don't yell, if I don't smack, but not necessarily because their children only respond to yelling and smacking, because probably that's how they were raised. They've heard people say it, and they are not even open to trying new things in their parenting. No. If your child only responds when you smack, yell, and all of that, it simply means your child has been programmed. It simply means that your child has a mindset that, okay, my mom is not serious until she yells. That if my mom yells, that means she's serious. So you have been the one that you have programmed your child not to respond to you until you yell. So you can go back to reprogram your child now. You go back and learn some other new systems to use. There's a book I always recommend to parents, 1, 2, 3 Magic of Discipline. You know, you don't even have to yell. You don't have to get to that point of yelling or smacking before your child will listen to you. You can reprogram your child. I tell you, I'm a parent of 3 children. I don't have to yell before my kids listen to me. You know, so that is it. That programming, that mindset a lot of people have. Oh, if I don't smack them, if I don't yell at them, they will not listen. It is a mindset you need to check as a parent. Check that mindset. I tell you for free that you were the one that told your child, don't listen to me until I yell. You program them, because each time you want to talk to them, each time you don't mean it. You are not serious. Maybe you make empty threats. I am going to flog you now. You make empty threats and you are not going to flog them. I am going to take that away from you. You are not going to take it away from you. So your child you are making empty threats. So your child knows that those threats, nothing. Until you now raise your voice, excuse me, your child will now say, oh, mom is serious. You have done it repeatedly. It is why your child will not respond until you yell. So what you want to do, drop that. Learn better ways to respond to your child without necessarily yelling. And you see the story change. You see this mindset checked. The mindset of, if I don't yell or I don't smack, my child doesn't respond. Check that mindset as a parent. Have you registered for our conference, Winning the Parenting Battles conference, coming up on the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th? The Visionary Parent Academy. That conference is going to be transformational. It is free, life-changing conference. If you have not registered, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Come and join us. Come and register. Come and register the Visionary Parent Academy inaugural conference. You are going to get loads of lessons and loads of even gifts. You are going to get gifts from the Visionary Parent Academy. Something you are supposed to be paying for, you are not going to pay for it, because we actually want to empower you to parent better. Number 7, if my child misbehaves, I have failed as a parent. This is why some parents are very, very desperate in their parenting. They have the mindset that if their children misbehave, it is their fault. If their children misbehave, it is their fault. People will judge them. People will say they are not doing well. Are you kidding me? Like, some parents, they can't even ask for help because of fear of being judged. Really? Nah. There's something I say to my children. I say to them that the Bible has instructed me to train you on the path you should go, so that when you are old, you will not depart from it. Now, the same Bible knows that there are some children that no matter how their parents train them, they will not listen. That was why in the book, is it Exodus now? Is it or Deuteronomy? I think it's Deuteronomy or something, where the Bible said that when the child that is stubborn, you have spoken and the child has refused to listen, hand the child over to the elders at the gates to stone the child to death. I tell my children, because even the Bible knows that I will train you, but you are the one that will listen and apply. I can only do my best in raising you, and after raising you, I can never enter inside of you. If it's possible for me to enter inside of you and make you make empowering and right choices, I will do that. Unfortunately, it is not possible for me to enter inside of you to do that. So what I can do is train you and train you and train you. And at the end of the day, the choice is still yours to make. In the Garden of Eden, God instructed Adam and Eve. He gave them everything and gave them instructions. The choice was still there. God has given man the willpower to either choose A or choose B. So your child's misbehavior is not your problem, is not your fault. What you need to do is, every misbehavior is a teachable moment. Every misbehavior is a lesson. That is all you need. It is never ever your fault. So your child misbehaves as a parent, you don't beat yourself. You don't beat yourself. You don't get, ooh, like the world has come to an end. It is not your fault. It is your child. This is why I say to parents, let children follow the consequences of their actions. If children learn to follow the consequences of their actions when they are young, they will learn to know that their life is about them. But when we take consequences away from them, we are making their life about us or about anyone else, making them feel entitled and their life not necessarily about them. So your child misbehave, it is not your fault. It is not you. You have absolutely nothing to do with the fact that your child misbehaves. So hey, what do? Noel, excuse me, please give me the techno phone. You have absolutely nothing, no hand, nothing to bother about when your child misbehaves. You know, what you need to do, every misbehavior is a teachable moment. Every misbehavior is a call to reflect on your parenting. So when your child misbehaves, please don't go beating yourself up. Don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel, oh, people will judge. People will always judge. They have the mouth to judge. Now, it is why God gave them mouth. Like I say to my children, God gave people mouth so that they can have mouth to do whatever they like. So people will always judge. So will you not say, oh, because someone will judge you, you are not going to feel so bad? No, let them judge. Your children's misbehaviors are certainly not your problem. It is not your fault that your children or your child is misbehaving. Okay, so let's go. I hope you get that. The next big one I want to talk about, this is the one we talk about all of the time. Parenting is excuse me, I'm trying to check something here. Parenting is instinctive. We don't have to learn it. Are you kidding me? You see us every single time justifying this. Parenting is instinctive. We don't have to learn it. Whoa. And I always wonder, we don't have to read books. We don't have to take courses. We don't have to get mentors or anything. We don't have to learn or do anything. Because after all, our parents did it and they didn't have to learn anything. So why do we bother to learn anything? And I say to parents, it's okay, your parent did it. They didn't have to learn anything, right? That is fine. But there's something you can do. There is something you should do. What you should do is go back to your parents and do every single thing your parent did. Go and do every single thing your parent did in their parenting. Go and do it. Every single thing your parents did in their parenting. I remember a lot of us, we trekked distances to school. Go and have your children do that. Go and transform the era you are to the era your parents were, so that you do not have to do anything. You do not have to be intentional about your parenting. Times have so much changed. Times have so much changed. When your parents raised you, things were so different. I say this to parents every single time. We had a lot of free opportunities that taught us what we need to sit down deliberately teach our children today. There are a lot of things we need to sit and deliberately teach our children. Our parents didn't need to teach us that, because they had a lot of free opportunities. Are you talking about self-responsibility, self-leadership, delayed gratification, and a lot that the society on its own forced us to learn without our parents necessarily teaching us. But today, we need to deliberately teach our children. So please, the mindset that what your parents did, because your parents didn't have to do X, Y, Z, you don't have to learn, you don't have to read a book, you don't have to take a course, you don't have to attend a conference, join a seminar, because your parents did not do it, is the mindset you need to check in your parenting. Things are so different. Our parents didn't have to navigate the internet. Our parents didn't have to shout so much about porn. Our parents didn't have to shout so much about addiction. Our parents didn't have to shout. Yes, the children in church, they were telling me, oh, how they love a particular game. You can be cooking and the game, your food will be burning. You will not even realize it because the game is so addictive. Our parents didn't have to navigate all of that. They didn't even have to go through all that challenges that we are going through today in our parenting. So the mindset that our parents didn't have to learn parenting, so we don't have to learn parenting, is a mindset that we must check. As a parent, you must check that mindset. In your parenting, you have a vision, you have a goal, there is something you want to achieve. You just don't want to wing it. You just don't want to wing it. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of parents back then, they winged it. So their children grew up and they were reparenting themselves. So you don't want your child to wake up. You don't want to raise a child who will now wake up and be reparenting himself instead of him to be thriving. Instead of him to be thriving. You know, you don't want to raise a child who will say, oh, because I was raised like this, I turned out well. Because I was raised like this, the way my parents raised me helped me turn out well. Nah. A child who says the way my parents raised me is made me thrive, gave me a platform, gave me wings. That is what we should be concerned about. So you see the mindset of, oh, because our parents raised us X, Y, Z, we turned out well, so we don't have to learn parenting, no mentorship classes, no conferences, nothing, no books to read, nothing. Please, that mindset, you must check it as a parent. And remember, the Visionary Parent Academy Conference is coming up. It's coming up, the inaugural conference. It promises to be a power-packed, fire-branded. I'm looking for the right words to describe the conference, because each time I think about the conference, the activities, the speakers, I'm always excited. I'm literally screaming. You know why? Because this is exactly the conference we have been waiting for. Like I said, it's not just some kind of fluffy theory advice that you'll be getting. It is going to be practical. Whatever your struggles are, whatever your questions are, you are going to have parents who have been there before. Parents who have been there before come to tell you, teach you how they crack their code. That is what it's all about. We have issues of teen pregnancy, rebellion and expulsion from school, parenting in foreign land, raising kingdom mindful children at this age. We will have a parent coach abroad who, at some point, something happened to the daughter and social service had to visit. How was she able to navigate it? It's just going to be a lot for you to learn, you know. And I see that very many parents, they still leave their children to figure it out today. It is absolutely free. It's a conference that you should not miss for anything in the world. I think that's 7 or even 8. I think I put Jara. That was 8. Okay, let me just add another Jara. That my child must become exactly how I envisioned. My child must come out. I have this when I was putting this together. Why I put this was a particular parent. You know, she has a daughter and she wants her daughter to walk in a particular way, talk in a particular way, sit in a particular way. Like her daughter is a robot. Are you kidding me? You know, your child has their own life. What matters is that you are raising children who are driven by purpose. You are raising children who are purpose-driven. That is what your mind should be all around, to raise purpose-driven children. As long as they are purpose-driven, then every other thing, you have done your part. You have played your role in your parenting. Raise children who will make the world a better place. You know, you don't have to have a picture in your head. Oh, this is a particular career my child will study. This is how or how my child will dress, how my child will speak, your child has their own life, you know. Your child has his or her own life. So what you want to do as a parent is to focus on raising purpose-driven children. I hope you learned something today. Like I said, if you got blessed, if you got empowered, please leave a comment in the comment section. You can go back to the beginning of this class to watch it. I guarantee you that you are going to love it. I ended up giving you nine mindset as a parent. You should check. You know, you should check so that you are not taking two steps forward and 10 steps backward. Remember, the Visionary Parent Academy Conference is coming up from 24th to 29th of June 2025. It promises to be very transformational. It promises to be very helpful. It promises to make a difference in your parenting. All you need to do is just to follow the link for the registration that I'm going to be sharing in the comment section and register for the conference. Register for the conference and you are going to be super blessed to be So that oh, thank you, I got a lot of love and likes and all of that. So that at the end of the day, okay, I'll share the link here after the class. I do hope that you click the link and you join us to wait for the conference. In the waiting room, we are going to give you more. We are going to give you some resources. I will give you more details about the conference. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Enime Rebel, and this is brought to you by the Visionary Parents Academy. Remember, Winning the Parenting Battle conference is coming up from June 24th to June 25th. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.